I talk about technicals. Now we have Sarita Pansari joining us on the show. Very good afternoon to you, Sarita. Thank you so much for joining us on ET now. And the first talk that you're going to talk about is PFC. Where do you see this one headed?
Good afternoon. CNX PC has given a trendline breakout and also done its retesting, and now again it is in up move. So from PFC sector, I have chosen PFC. In early January, PFC has given a trendline breakout with high of 161 and with a low of 133 moved inside the trend line. But then with the morning star and closing above 50 EMA, it is now trading at 151. So my targets for PFC is 162 and 168.
168 are the targets for PFC. Moving on, we have Amakshi, Suntech Realty actually, that is in focus. Amakshi, why is that so? What's the news flow around this?
Well, absolutely. This stock is in focus on the back of a lease agreement that they've gone ahead and signed with Upgrad. They've leased out nearly 2 lakh square feet of its premium commercial building, Suntech BKC 51, for a lease term of nearly 29 years. Upgrad is to pay starting rentals of nearly 300 per square feet per month on a carpet basis, and this project is actually expected to generate a total revenue of 2,000 crores over the lease tenure. Project is near completion and possession is expected by June 2023. We also have Nuvama's take on the lease deal that has come in. Now this project has a potential enterprise value of 250 crores, and when that is compared against an all-inclusive cost of 110 to 120 crores, this transaction is appearing quite value accretive. Apart from that, they also have another leasing project on the cards that is nearing completion, and in fact after that the company is expected to complete leasing there as well. So Nuvama believes these two commercial projects are expected to provide a steady annuity stream and as well as boost the cash flows for the company. So given this positive news flow, Suntech Realty is in focus, up nearly 2.5% as we speak.
Let's move on and talk about L&T Technology Services. This one is in focus on the back of a brokerage. Now Nomura has initiated coverage on the stock, but they've given a reduced rating and a target price of 3,050 rupees per share. Now, what they say is that there is a challenging macro environment which will actually weigh on the discretionary engineering research and development spends. They're quite watchful on the challenging industry outlook and the SWC integration as well. As of now, what they've highlighted is that valuations are rich and they expect a 15% actually CAGR over the next 3 years for the company. Other than that, also, the reduced rating is something that is keeping the stock in focus and in pressure as well, down almost 1.5% in trade.
All right, moving on, let's talk about another buzzer in trade today, and that is Rail Vikas Nigam. That particular counter has seen the biggest uptick in over 3 months in today's trading session. And why is that sort of a rise coming in on that counter? As you can see right now, it is trading higher by about 13% as we speak. They've said that they have emerged as the lowest bidder, that's L1, along with the JV partners, to make and maintain the Vande Bharat train sets, including upgrading the government manufacturing units and train set depots as well. They're saying the order for total quantity of 200 train sets will cost per set at about 120 crore rupees. And if you look at the stock, it has actually surpassed the 100-day moving average as well. And if the gains hold, you will also have the stock that will close above its 200 DMA. So that is Rail Vikas Nigam for you, soaring in today's trading session on back of being a winner, or rather the lowest bidder in a railway order.
Okay, moving on, we have HCL Tech, Sarita, which you're going to talk to us on the charts and technicals. How is it looking like? Because the company's managed to give a 20% return in the last 6 months. So should we expect a further up move?
Last month with a high of 1156, it made a fake breakout of double top and making a lower high, lower low on Tuesday. It made a low of 1068. And again yesterday with 27 points up move, it engulfed the 3 red candle of previous trading session. And today again with a follow-up, it has again moved by 25 points. Stochastic has given a positive crossover from oversold zone. Keeping a positive view, my targets for HCL is 1135 and 1150.
All right, that's HCL Tech for you. But Ashesha, Bajaj Finserv, what's the news surrounding this one today?
Yes, this particular counter started off with solid gains. It is now fizzled out, down by a marginal 0.2%. So the news is that Bajaj Finserv has received SEBI license to start mutual fund business. SEBI has granted a certificate of registration to Bajaj Finserv Mutual Fund. And Bajaj Finserv, remember, will be the 43rd player in the mutual fund industry. The company has said that they expect retail and institutional investors to invest in this particular mutual fund business, and they want to give complete financial suit as a part of the total package. In connection with this, the company has also informed that they have formed two wholly owned subsidiaries, Bajaj Finserv Mutual Fund Trustee Limited and Bajaj Finserv Asset Management Limited. So on the back of this news flow, the stock was gaining in early morning trade. However, it is now dipped marginally 0.3% lower in trade for Bajaj Finserv.
Moving on to the next one, and from the auto pack, Vamakshi have picked out Hero MotoCorp. Why is that so?
Well, Vinny, this stock is in focus on the back of its auto sales numbers for the month of February. The company reported them after market hours yesterday. And what we're seeing is that the company has sold 3,94,460 units in the month of February. And that is actually an uptick of nearly 10% on a year-on-year basis. When we compare that to the expectations, it is definitely come in higher than what we were expecting. We were expecting nearly 3,69,000 units. So that is one positive news flow for this company. But the management has also added that the volumes in the month of February indicate the continuously improving consumer sentiment. They're expecting that the positive trend that we have recently seen in the stock is expected to continue in the coming months, and that is on the back of favorable economic factors. In the month of February, Hero MotoCorp launched a new campaign, Where Next, for its recently introduced powerful and stylish touring motorcycle, that is Xpulse 200T 4V. So given a stronger than expected set of auto sales numbers, we have Hero MotoCorp in focus. It is gaining in trade today, 1.5% higher as we speak.
All right, let's talk about MedPlus, Sarita. And if you look at the way how this particular counter has moved over the last 1 year, you've seen negative returns come in, but the year-to-date performance has been quite decent. To put it for MedPlus. Where you see the stock headed from here on now?
From 758 levels in December, it came down to 598. It made a double bottom on shorter time frame and then started with higher low in last 7 trading sessions. It has given 90 points move, RSI at 67, ADX at 16, currently trading at 692. My targets for this are 30 points move from here, that is 730.
Let's move on and talk about Dilip Buildcon. That one is in focus as well. And actually there's an execution of a contract agreement which they had with the Gujarat Metro Rail Corporation Limited for the Ahmedabad Metro Rail project. Now, this was the phase 2 in the state of Gujarat, and it was an order of around 723 crores. So, on the back of that, we have seen that Dilip Buildcon has been in focus today. We are seeing a bit of an uptick today. Yes, given up and off the day's highest point, but still holding on to some green there. Keep an eye out on Dilip Buildcon.
All right, moving on, let's talk about Sonata Software, and this one has hit a record high level in today's trading session. If you look at the stock, it rose as much as 5%, 1 point in time. It has hit a record high of around 809 rupees per share. The stock, if now the gains hold, is on track for 4th consecutive day of gains. Through the course of the day, the stock had about 17 lakh shares that changed hand via block deal. Rather change hands in trade in total when it talks about volume size as well. So on the back of that, you have Sonata Software that is that's in focus in today's trading session.
Okay, let's move on. And Sarita, LIC is the stock that you have picked out today on the technicals. How is it looking like?
In early Jan, after giving a high of 746, it sharply came down to 566 levels. On Monday, it saw this, but on Tuesday, with a bullish piercing candle and follow up on Wednesday, it gave 35 points up move in 2 trading sessions. So in the presence of bullish divergence, I keep a positive stance on LIC, currently trading at 600 for targets of 620 to 660.
All right, Ashesha, KNR Construction. This one will focus on order win.
Absolutely. This particular counter is in focus on the back of an order win. They've gone ahead and informed the exchanges that they've received letter of award for development of 6-lane access-controlled greenfield highway in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And this particular award has been will be done on HAM mode. The bid project cost stands at about 665 crores. On the back of this order win that has come in, the stock is gaining in trade today. Important to note that it has been buzzing for the last many trading sessions and it is up nearly 5% in the last 5 days. Today, of course, on the back of this order win, the stock is gaining in trade today.
Okay, keep an eye out on KNR Constructions. But on that note, we're going to slip into a very short break, viewers. Don't go anywhere because we'll be continuing with all the stocks that are buzzing in trade after this break as well. Welcome back, and you're watching Market Fatafat on ET. Now let's keep it going with all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. And Sarita, you picked out SAIL. How are you looking at the charts for this one? What are the levels that we should keep an eye out on?
SAIL is moving in a channel from upper end, that is from 93 levels. It moved to the lower end of the channel by falling to 81 levels on Monday. Yesterday it moved to 85, and today it is coming above its support levels. Stochastic has given a positive crossover. Keeping this in view, I expect this to further move to 90 to 93 levels.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Metropolis. This one is in focus on the back of a brokerage note. Credit Suisse has maintained an underperform rating on the stock, given a target price of 1,250 rupees per share. What they say is that the market is going to stay quite competitive for Metropolis, but the nature of the competition is changing, and overall the competition in the B2B semi-specialized test segment is something that will sustain in the near term. Now they are saying that the company is targeting mid-teens % revenue CAGR and overall, Metropolis currently is evaluating a price hike also coming in the specialized test segment. Pricing pressure in the industry is moderating. So on that terms, we'll keep an eye out on the EBITDA margin. That could be mainly challenged only because of the reason of an expansion of the network. Today, Metropolis Health is seeing an uptick of 1% in trade as of now.
All right, that is Metropolis for you. But Sarita, ICICI Bank, this one stood out in trade in 2022, the entire year in the banking bag. But this year has not been that great a year for ICICI Bank. Where do you see this one headed?
In November end, after making an all-time high of 958, it started making lower high, lower low, broke its support level in January end by a low of 796. But again in weekly time frame with a bullish piercing candle, it came above its support level and currently sustaining over it with current price at 856. RSI at 51, I expect it to move to 865, and once it breaks and sustains 865, it can easily move up to 880 and 900 levels.
Okay, and let's talk about one more private bank, but this one is on the back of a news flow. Axis Bank, Vamakshi. What's happening here?
Well, absolutely, Vinny. This counter is in focus as Axis Bank has completed the acquisition of Citibank's India's consumer businesses in India. Now, the deal has been closed with Axis Bank paying a total purchase consideration of nearly 11,603 crores to Citibank India. We also have a few brokerage notes that came in on the same transaction. Bernstein has maintained an outperform rating, target price of 1,000. Bank of America has maintained a buy, target price of 1,150. Macquarie has maintained a target of a rating of neutral, target price of 790 per share. Now let's look at some of the commentary that has come in from these brokerages. Well, Bernstein is saying that customer base has seen a 30% decline and deposits have declined by nearly 20%, which is a key negative for the stock, and they also expect a big profit and loss impact to come in the fourth quarter from one-offs. Apart from that, Bank of America believes that Citi India's retail acquisition has been completed in time and at a lower price. Macquarie believes that Citi Business has seen a significant decline over the past 21 months, and there has been a goodwill write-off as well. So given all these factors, Axis Bank is in focus, but the stock is languishing in trade, down nearly 2% as we speak.
All right, let's shift focus to Home First Finance. And why is this counter in focus? Because Kotak Institutional Equities has picked Home First Finance as among their top picks in the affordable housing finance firm. As you can see, the stock is trading higher by about 2%. What Kotak is saying, although high rates increase anxieties in the non-banking financial companies, Home First Finance's high growth trajectory and scalability makes it attractive. They are also mentioning no red flags in demand or asset quality performance in the NBFC space so far. However, they're saying that the longer than expected cycle of policy rate hike is likely to exert pressure on the net interest margins of NBFCs. However, they've gone ahead and added that Chola Finance and Shriram Finance are the other topics apart from Home First Finance. And as you can see on your screen, Home First holding on to good gains of about 2% as we speak.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Canara Bank on the charts. Sarita, how is this looking like?
In January, from 341 levels, it came down to 268, and its daily and now it is at daily strong support, and with a bullish engulf and a follow-up in last three trading session, moved to 290 levels. RSI at 49, stochastic at 37. Once it crosses and sustains 296, it can move further up to 320 to 335 levels.
Alright, moving on, Ashesha, Kalpataru Power, why is this one in focus today?
Order win is the reason Kalpataru Power is in focus today. It is holding up with gains of over 1%, and this is because they've informed the exchanges that company has been selected as one of the preferred proponents to deliver HumeLink transmission project in Australia. The value of the project, they say, will be determined post conclusion of early contractor involvement stage 2 process. The management has also given its commentary where they say that HumeLink project will play a big role in Australia's vision to achieve net zero emission. Company says it is confident on their EPC liabilities, especially the global project delivery expertise and design and engineering liabilities. They say they will be constructing and delivering this landmark project in Australia. So on the back of this order win that has come in, the stock is in focus today, holding on with gains of over 1%.
Let's move on and talk about GNFC, Sarita. This one has seen a sharp correction in the last 6 months. The stock is down almost 27%. Should one be looking to buy this stock now? What are the charts indicating?
It has broken a trend line, but past 90 to 20 session there is no follow-up, and it is just hovering near the trend line in 30 points range, that is from 530 to 560. Stochastic is trying to give a positive crossover. Some other indicators started getting positive. In view of this, today at CMP 539, I preempted further move for the targets of 560.
Okay, let's move on and talk about some of the cement names, and we have Ultratech, Shree Cement in focus as well today. This on the back of a brokerage note. Now, Citi has initiated a pair trade on both. That is Ultratech Cement with an overweight rating, Shree Cement with an underweight rating. Now, overall, what they say is that Shree Cement's valuations actually suggest optimism around the industry being priced in. Shree Cement stocks will likely underperform is what they're highlighting. For Ultratech Cement, the brokerage note is actually highlighting that on cement price disappointment going forward. They understand the prices have been hiked and though may not sustain as the industry focuses on volumes in the month of March. Medium term, they think the prices should be in the range bound given the upcoming supply issues are coming in as well.
Alright, Sarita, Lemon Tree, no doubt this one will benefit with the slew of long weekends that we are headed to in the month of April at least. But on the charts, how does Lemon Tree look to you?
It has moved from 102 levels to 70 levels, but now on monthly there is no follow-up. It has taken support on exponential moving averages. It has given a 0.38 Fibonacci retracement. On weekly it is on strong support levels, and on daily trying to break the resistance level. So currently trading at 79, targets are 83 and 86.
Okay, let's move on to the next stock. Okay, Cheryl, I believe that's you.
And that is Coal India indeed. If you look at Coal India, just like the way how the auto companies come out with their sales dispatch numbers, you also have Coal India that have come out with their monthly output, and that's been a record monthly output that they've reported. On back of that, you can see the stock soaring in trade, one point in time trading higher by over 2.6%, reaching the highest level in over a month. The company said that they are on track to produce more coal than targeted, 700 metric tons in FY23. Remember, the coal production in the month of February stood at around 68.8 MT, a million tons, highest monthly production ever for the company. They've also reported 14.3% growth in coal production for the month of February. So, yes, or rather till the month of February. So, on back of that, you have Coal India that's soaring in trade. It is among the top gainers on the Nifty as well.
Okay, and that was the last stock for today. Thank you so much, Sarita, Ashesha, Mamakshi, as well as Kunal for joining in with us on Market Fatafat. And it's a goodbye from Cheryl, myself, as well as the team who put this show together. Don't go anywhere. Closing trades will take the action forward.